Hey guys, I know I've been gone for a few weeks. I have not been feeling good at all. And because still not feeling really well, I'm going to try to film a couple of videos today. So if you see this getup and this whole situation again very soon, just know because it's because I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation. But today I thought it would be good to do kind of a holiday gift guide, best and worst gift sets out there, Black Friday sales, just maybe some advice, some directions to point you in as you're getting ready to figure out how you want to spend your holiday coin. You guys probably have noticed I have cut my hair. I'm having a really bad hair day today. There's so much product and buildup in my hair right now. Just got away from me. Don't have time to wash it. Please just love me through it. This is just the best I have to offer right now. Truly am giving it my all. Let's just focus on the subject of the video. I promised you guys a video a little while ago where I said I would do kind of a roundup of the holiday gift sets that are out right now. And I've done videos like this before. In the past, they were, they tended to trend a little bit more negative. They're really fixated on the gift sets that I didn't like or I didn't see a lot of value in. And a lot of those kinds of gift sets are still available to this day. So it's really nothing to be gained from me rehashing all of those opinions, but I will link them down below. And if I happen to repeat some particular issues, like I know there's one gift set in particular every year I constantly tell you guys not to invest in. But again, if you're trying to gather like more naysay kind of information from me this year, I would revisit older videos because this year I wanted to focus more on gifts either for yourself or friends and family that I would really love or that I think would be very valuable and special, because that's just more where my mindset is. And it's not as much makeup as it used to be, for sure. Makeup is just not the most interesting thing in the world to me anymore. I'm not gonna lie. So a lot of the beauty I'm gonna talk about today is skincare, hair care, self-care focus. That's more my bag. Some of the things that I talk about today in this video I own. Some of them I do not. It's just, like I said, is things that happen to look really, really good to me and that I personally would love to either buy for myself, or I have particular people in mind that I love that I think would also enjoy it. So a couple of things I do own that I want to talk to you guys about. First of all is the Foreo UFO. This is like a masking device. If you have someone in your life who loves skincare, who loves sheet masks and things of that nature, you probably would really enjoy or they would rather enjoy something like this. Right now, and until at least Black Friday, I believe this is on sale for $150 off. I've had this thing for about 2 years. I go through phases where I use it a lot and phases where I use it less frequently, but every time I pick it back up and start putting it back into my skincare routine, I'm constantly just like, why don't I use you every day? Because you get to use different types of sheet masks with this product. They have ones for mattifying, for collagen, for glowy skin, for breakouts. Like, they have organic masks now. They have tons and tons of options with this product. And the cool thing about it is you hook it up to your phone and it will create a customized treatment for your skin based on the mask that you're using. So sometimes there's cooling element, sometimes there's warming elements, there's certain like pulsing actions that go along with it, there's certain red lights or LED lights that go along with it. And again, it's like half off right now. So if you like skincare devices, you guys, I'm a huge device person. If you're not new to my channel, you might not know that, but I am always promoting the beauty device thing over pretty much any other type of gift, because they're just things you can get tons of use out of. You're not going to run out of it, ostensibly. You will have to replace the actual masks for this, but you'll have this device for years and years and years to come, versus maybe buying a really expensive skincare item like a face cream, and once it's gone, it's gone. So if you're in the market for a device, either for yourself or a loved one, for the skincare junkie in your life, highly recommend this one. Like I said, it's half off. In the spirit of awesome deals and skincare and devices, I want to quickly talk about today's sponsor, which is my good friends at 70 Wellness. I have been working with 70 Wellness for over a year now. And if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you've definitely heard me talk about them. So 70 Wellness is doing 25% off site-wide for Black Friday. This sale goes on from now until I think it's about a week from now, for when this video goes up. And if you guys have been on the fence or considering picking up a MyoLift Mini, which is this little beauty right here, I would highly consider checking it out right about now for a few reasons. Now, just in case you're new here, let me give you the rundown. MyoLift is a microcurrent device. Again, I love beauty devices, and microcurrent is probably my favorite modality to use at home. You can go get microcurrent treatments at med spas and things of that nature, but they're super expensive. And since microcurrent is a cumulative procedure, a modality, what am I trying to say? It's something that improves the tone, texture, and lifting youthful effect of your skin the more consistently you use it. And there are tons of other microcurrent devices on the market now. I've tried a few of them, and I can tell you, hands down, you're not going to get nearly as good of a treatment from those other kinds of products that you're going to get from the 70 Wellness line of microcurrent devices. Now, the two ones they have that I've tried are the MyoLift Mini. This guy is like, at first glance, I imagine would be kind of intimidating to some people, and it does take a little bit to learn. I think it took me about a week of using it consistently to get to the point where I didn't kind of have to follow along to a tutorial with it. For me personally, I have no problem taking the time to learn something like this, because not only are the results so much more impactful, especially when you use it consistently, although immediately you're gonna see a crazy huge difference. MyoLift Mini, and including the MyoLift Cutie, which we'll talk about in a moment, has all these awesome attachments that you can plug into your device and get tons of different ways of using this one device. And my current favorite, especially with MyoLift Mini, are to take my gloves, which you just plug right into the machine and you're able to use your hands in order to do your microcurrent treatment, which is quicker. I think it's a little easier as well as opposed to the probes, but I love using these gloves with stainless steel gua sha tools. I learned this trick from Pensmith Skincare, and if you like gua sha, try combining gua sha with microcurrent and see how snatched your skin gets. It's absolutely insane. So that's the first thing I'm going to recommend to you guys. I'm always going to love MyoLift Mini. It was the first skincare device I think that kind of started my obsession with devices. Like, I always liked the idea of them, but I had never seen results with anything the way I see them with MyoLift Mini. So right now, looking at the website, they have several bundles for MyoLift Mini that includes different accessories, different hydrating agents, conductive gel, and you always get the probes with your MyoLift Mini. But again, the masks, the gloves, all those things are super helpful. And if for some reason MyoLift Mini seems a little too intimidating, you definitely can check out MyoLift Cutie, which is kind of the more, like, when I think of the more popular Sephora brand microcurrent devices, this might seem very similar to something like that. However, again, I feel this is superior, not only because you can plug all these attachments into MyoLift Cutie as well, but they are getting ready to relaunch the app for MyoLift Cutie. I sat on the phone with the team at 70 Wellness talking about all of the new features that are coming with this app, you guys. I will do a video later sharing that app with y'all. It's amazing. I told them that the new app for MyoLift Mini kind of reminds me a lot of my tonal gym. You guys ever seen like those digital gyms you can buy? You know, the tonal gym can track the areas that you've worked out, the progress you're getting with it. It will kind of help you adjust your routine for your goals that you're trying to achieve with your physical fitness. And this is basically the same thing for your face. So I had to share that with you guys. You guys know I love 70 Wellness, and I highly encourage you guys get out here and check out their Black Friday sale. Again, 25% off site wide. You cannot go wrong. Usually have a code with 70 Wellness, and if it is available for use right now in conjunction with the Black Friday sale, then I will leave all that information down below. Like I said, highly recommend checking out the MyoLift Mini. It's my number one choice, my number one recommendation all the time, but you can't go wrong with this little cutie right here. I want to say thank you to 70 Wellness for sponsoring this portion of the video. Stay tuned for the app rollout for the MyoLift Cutie, especially if you already have it. All the upgrades that are coming with the app can easily be used on the MyoLift Cutie no matter when you bought it. So if you bought it a year ago on my recommendation, you'll have access to it. If you buy it on Black Friday, you'll have access to it as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. You guys, my hair is driving me absolutely crazy. And I don't have nails on. Like, this should give you some indication of how real the struggle is. So let's take a look at some of the gift sets on Sephora that I either really like the idea of or potentially don't like the idea of. And I tend to always go with Sephora. I know that there's tons of other beauty outlets like Nordstrom or Ulta you could pick from, but for some reason, when I start thinking about makeup releases, particularly holiday sets, I just always think of Sephora. And also, let me be clear about what I consider a holiday set as well. So for example, when I was on Sephora and I was looking at the gift sets, there would be individual products listed under gift sets, like a palette from Natasha Denona, which is a very pricey item. So I kind of get where that tracks, where it's like, this is a special occasion, either for yourself or a loved one. So maybe this is when you'd be inclined to spend a little bit more coin on this super expensive Natasha Denona palette. But I don't really consider individual items that are always available throughout the year as a part of this gift set criteria video I'm making. Anyway, so the first thing that I saw that drew me, just simply because I think a good strategy for gift sets, whether you're buying it for yourself or for a loved one, when possible, try to get the gift sets that feature one full-sized item and then some bonus items along with it. So a really good example right now is the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Beats body care set. There is a regular full-sized, or like a standard size, because they do have jumbos sometimes, you know, with Sol de Janeiro, but they have a full-size Bum Bum or Boom Boom cream. It seems like they have the body spray, the body scrub, and maybe the body wash as well. And it's $68. Now, there will always be, and I actually talked about this in a video, one of the first times I did this kind of holiday gift set roundup. You have to be careful when you're looking at those price points during the holidays, where it'll say, like, for example, this is $68, $97 value. I feel like this probably is a $97 value. Like, looking at it, it would make sense to me that they would come up with that number. But sometimes, depending on the product line, like Dior does this, or is it Dior? With like these teeny tiny little like Barbie sized lipsticks, and they'll put them in a box and there'll be like 10 of them, and they'll say it's like a $500 value. And I think the idea is to get you so excited over that dollar value that you kind of lose sight of or whether or not this is a good investment or purchase to begin with. So that is one tip I will give you guys. Take those numbers with a grain of salt, or at the very least, look with your own eyeballs and decipher if this could realistically be a $97 value, if you're at least going to let that sway your decision surrounding your purchasing during the holidays. Because for me, this seems like a good deal because, like I said, it has a full-sized option in it, which is the Boom Boom cream that I love and I buy all the time anyway. So if you're going to throw in a bunch of free stuff with it as well, like, I'll pick it up. So the next thing I have here, and I was looking through a lot of these kind of minis and trying to figure out which one would actually be a really good gift, because the thing with holiday gift sets is they kind of blind you sometimes with all the things, like the individual items you're getting in a package, as opposed to like the full value of that item being present. It's almost present, no pun intended, huh? It's almost like they try to distract you with like, there's so many things in here, and sometimes it really doesn't matter because those things aren't very useful, or the amount that you get in them is so small, it's not really beneficial to pay that much money for it, no matter how small the amount of money is for it. And I was trying to find some examples of things that were like minis or like stocking stuffers that I actually thought were pretty good. And this one from Peter Thomas Roth stood out to me. It's the mini masking 5-piece mask set. It's $19, says it's a $35 value. I feel like that's probably realistic. And what I like about this one is with face masks, I recently bought like some full-size face masks. I bought 3. I've not made a dent in them, and I probably won't anytime soon. It's gonna take me such a long time to get through those, and I feel like I go through phases where I like to collect a lot of face masks, and I just don't feel like I really utilize them to the degree that I should if I'm gonna make that type of an investment. But something like this calls to me because there's probably a good 2 or 3 uses in each of these little tubes, and I'm willing to bet you probably won't love all of them, but even if you only find that you really enjoy 2 of them, it's good to know so you don't go out and buy the full-size Peter Thomas Roth mask that either breaks you out, does nothing for you, you feel it's overpriced for what it is. Like, this to me is a really good stocking stuffer. Like, I would love to get something like this, and I can see this and think of people in my real life that I think genuinely would love it, and it's only 19 bucks. This is the first thumbs down I'm gonna give for a gift set, and I give this one every single solitary year. I've done it for years, told you guys 100 times, don't fall for this. This is the Too Faced Christmas Bake Shop makeup set. I think they have a few different, yeah, they have the Yummy Gummy makeup set. Usually they release a handful of these holiday themed eyeshadow palettes. Sometimes they'll throw like a mascara in there. I would pass on these 100 times out of 100. I have picked them up before, so I'm not just throwing shade, and having never spent my money on this, I absolutely have. It's just not good quality. I'm not a big fan of Too Faced in a lot of ways anymore. It's just too young for me, I think. I think they definitely have a target audience, and their packaging definitely signifies a certain type of customer. I'll think on that customer. So for me, these are always going to be a huge pass. But they come out with these like, this is a really good example of those crazy price points they try to throw at you. So this says it's $27 and it's a $309 value. I can tell you that's absolutely not the case here. I can't say this on like good authority or guarantee it, but I have a feeling they do not use their regular manufacturing or formulas in these holiday palettes. Not to mention, the holiday palettes are so extremely themed. Like one of them has gingerbread on it and like snowmen, that I don't see you pulling this out in summer. You know what I mean? It's got a time and place. It feels like it's desirable to you only during the holidays. Other than that, short of giving this to like a teenager, like my daughter might like something like this for Christmas, and even then, I don't know if she would. I just think Too Faced every year, I don't know. One day they need to just razzle dazzle us and come out with like a really well thought out, high quality, shockingly good holiday kit. This must be working for them though, because they do it every year. Next, I have the Dr. Jart 10 mask must-haves. This is $68, but they say it's $101 value. I do know these masks are pretty expensive on their own. I want to say they might be anywhere from $15 to $20 if you just buy them individually. So I'll buy that maybe it's $101 value. This, again, is like, in my opinion, really good for a skincare enthusiast in your life. Again, with the idea that masks are kind of one of those nice things to have with skincare, although they are not mandatory going to make or break your life. This is something I would love to receive, and I know people in my real life who would love to receive this as well. I think this is a great opportunity to get familiar with the line, but even if this person never ever goes back to buy another one of these masks, because again, they're pretty pricey, I think it's a good opportunity just to shower someone with some love and let them kind of have some luxury in their life, which, moving on, will be a big theme for the gifts that I recommend. I'm thinking more about things that will be cherished and really enjoyed like as a special treat for the year, because I think a lot of times we get bogged down in buying gifts for people when really what the way you should potentially look at it is something they would never buy for themselves, because it can seem kind of frivolous and silly, but something that's really going to give them that touch of special glamour and luxury. That's the way I like to think about gift giving. So this definitely screams that to me. And because they're sheet masks, they're full size. So always going to vote for full size. Next is a thing I would probably want the most. One of the things I would want the most. This is the Voluspa 12-day advent calendar. Now, I told you guys I've gone through periods where I've done videos like this, and there are certain types of gift sets I'm always trying to warn you against, and advent calendars are usually one of them. I tend to feel like they are gimmicky and all about packaging, and again, it's that kind of, ooh, we're giving you so much stuff, so you tend to think it's worth the money, even if all you're paying for is a bunch of samples. Like, I think it's something you have to be really persnickety about in order to get a good value out of an advent calendar, whether you're doing it for yourself or for someone else. But with this one, they got me, because Voluspa are really nice candles. And I would love to have 12 new ones come into my orbit and just be able to kind of test them out. Candles, I feel like, are one of those, I love home fragrance, by the way, just so you guys know. Home fragrance, personal body care fragrance, whatever. One of my favorite things to spend money on. And this would be a huge treat if I got something like this. I would love to receive something like this, because I do enjoy candles and home fragrance so much. So candles are one of those things that, like, almost you can smell it in the jar or whatever and get one impression from it, but once you burn it, it can be a totally different experience. So I would love to kind of have 12 little testers in this line to kind of figure out what my favorite Voluspa candles are and figure out where I would want to spend more money on my own eventually in this line. So this to me is a gift I would love. It's $75. I didn't throw out any of those $175 value things. So I don't know if this is actually a good buy. Truthfully, seems like something I would truly enjoy. Next, I was actually excited to see this on Sephora. I don't know when they started carrying Canopy. This is the Canopy humidifier starter set. I bought a Canopy humidifier earlier this year, and there's times throughout the year that I've used it more than others. But right now it is saving my life because I am so bone dry right now. My hands are dry, my feet are dry, my lips are dry, my skin is dry. Dry as a bone. And having a humidifier in your room obviously is not going to make or break your life, but you will notice a difference in how your hair and skin act, especially during drier months and drier weather, like in the cold. Speaking of hair and the way it's acting, like, it looks so bad. Love me through it. I have this weird eye condition where once it gets too dry and cold outside, I will actually start to cut my cornea. Like I will open my eyes and just the act of doing that will cut my cornea because my eyes are so dried out. And a product like this, like it's not the sexiest, although I will say this is a good looking humidifier. If you got someone in your life who really likes wellnessy things, I think they would enjoy this. Like I would have enjoyed getting this for a present instead of buying it on my own. But if you're looking for like interesting things to spend your holiday dollar on, especially for yourself that are not the typical makeup skincare kind of thing, you might like this humidifier, I'm just saying. This is the Tom Ford perfume sampler set. It does really look like some janky little samplers you would get at the counter, but they're charging you $110 for it. I do appreciate that they're only qualifying it as a $139 value, because if they would have said this is like a $300 value, I probably would have just definitely not entertained it. This feels a little honest to me because it is kind of a ripoff. Just looking at it, it's just tiny little perfume samplers. The only reason this is intriguing to me is I just have not gone perfume shopping in such a long time. I haven't gone to Nordstrom or really hung out at those more bougie perfume counters. I don't know, it's been years. I'm lazy. So if you gave me something like this particular company, Tom Ford, and their perfumes are very intriguing to me. There's a few in particular I want to smell so I can decide if I want to buy them. The Cherry Prick is a good example of one. Is it Cherry Prick? It's the cherry one from Tom Ford. I want to smell it and see if I would like it. But in general, I wouldn't mind having all these fragrances to test out because Tom Ford is so expensive that it better be something I freaking love if I'm going to buy the whole bottle. So this gives you a chance to live with it, see how you feel about it, and then test several things. This is something that, again, I would love. Might be a total ripoff. What do you guys think about this one? Let me know, because I have a few fragrance sets on here that I'm voting for, but that doesn't mean they're good values. You guys let me know if you think this is a good value too. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Dreams Come True Makeup Vault. This is $375 and a $529 value. I tried so hard to figure out who this would be a good gift for, like in terms of buying it for someone else. It would have to be someone in my life who loves makeup enough to like enjoy Charlotte Tilbury, but also doesn't own any Charlotte Tilbury. Like anyone who loves makeup enough to really know about Charlotte Tilbury probably has a few pieces. And Charlotte Tilbury is one of those lines that I feel like, especially with younger people, you're not going to really appreciate right away. You're going to get a lot older, like around my age, and suddenly be able to love the finishes and textures of Charlotte Tilbury. I love Charlotte Tilbury makeup. So like I look at this and I'm like, I want that. Like if someone gave me this present, that'd be great. However, it is $375. And I think the older I get, the more I look at stuff like this. And I just think this is going to sound really contradictory and hypocritical given the nature of this video. Again, this is why I like devices so much. Like if I was going to spend $375 on a present for someone, a device would be the way to go because they will have that thing forever and use it and get tons and tons of benefits from it. But $375 on a little stash of makeup that they didn't even pick themselves, I don't know. And then on top of that, like, I just feel it's ostentatious in a way. And as much as I would love to receive this would have to be something I would buy for myself. I just cannot see a world where I would buy this for anyone else just because I don't know. I don't know if like they'd get a whole lot of use out of it. I mean, the colors are beautiful. Charlotte Tilbury products are absolutely gorgeous again, but makeup is so personal. Like it's about what you like, what you think looks good on you. And to gift this to someone, it would have to be someone that I just know, like I know they're going to totally vibe with this and actually benefit from it. And or it's something I would buy for myself and I wouldn't even buy it for myself because it's $375. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think about these kind of more bougie, like high ticket, especially around makeup kind of gift sets? Like, are these things you're drawn to? Do you have people in mind that you would buy this for? When you see it, would you buy it for yourself? Like, this video is kind of like developing my opinions on makeup and beauty gift sets circa 2022 versus what it was like a couple years ago. A couple years ago, I might have been like, hell yeah, please someone get this for me. But I don't feel that way now. As much as I think it's beautiful and I love the idea of it, I would pass on this. I don't know why. What do you guys think? Next is the Replica by Maison Margiela. I don't know. Their candle set. 3 votives, $85, $126 value. I didn't check the measurements to see if these were full-size candles, but if they are, then I would buy this. And either way, I'd love to receive it. Again, I love fragrance. I love home fragrance. I love candles. So these Replica candles, I look at them every time I go to Sephora, just because sometimes you'll see people's like aesthetic Instagram posts or whatever, and they have their little Replica candle. And I'm like, I want one. It's stupid. So stupid. But I want one. I can't help it. But every time I go look at them, they smell great. They smell exactly like the perfume. So if you have a Replica perfume you love, probably would like the candle a lot. Only problem is they're like $40 or something bananas like that just for this one votive candle. And I just can't bring myself to do it. But if these indeed are full size, this might be something I would gift myself and something that if I received as a gift, I would be over the moon about. Like, I love stuff like this. So this would go on my list for sure. Next is something, again, I don't know how I feel about. This is the Augustinus Bader, the Daily Essential Duo for the cream. I heard about this cream a few years ago before it came to Sephora. It's super expensive. This face cream is like, I think on its own, around $250 or something like that, which I already don't like the idea of, particularly with Sephora skincare. I'm sorry, y'all can come for me all day and twice on Sunday. This is medical grade skincare prices as far as I'm concerned. So I already don't know if I would buy that. But then I look at this gift set and it's like, you can kind of tell sometimes when Sephora is putting out gift sets that are for you as opposed to something you're going to gift to somebody else. Because I look at this and no one in my real life even knows who Augustinus Bader is. So they would get this and be like, okay, cool, thanks. But they would not understand, you're holding a $300 face cream right now. Like, be more excited. And if they loved it, would they repurchase it? Because I don't know a lot of people in my real life who want to spend $300 on a face cream. And then you kind of have the added thing where it's like, you're getting apparently the full size of it, but you also get like a mini as well, and apparently that's the value, that's the gift set part of it, where you're just getting a duplicate of the thing you already bought but just a smaller version of it. Like, what do we think about this? This is something that I saw, and as much as I love skincare, this goes back to, again, why I say devices, because if I bought someone this freaking skincare cream, they already probably wouldn't really know what it was, but they're gonna run out of it, and then what? You buy a device like my Olive Cutie, you have this thing forever. That's just soapbox moment for you. Next is the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Parfum Intense Twist and Spray Set. This is $100. I would like something like this. This seems like something, especially if they sell these little mini Coco Mademoiselle fragrances all year round. I don't know if they do, but I love having fragrance on the go with me. And this just seems like that touch of luxury, like I'm telling you guys about. It's not a full-size bottle, obviously, but I do enjoy the idea of something like this. I feel like a lot of times if I'm gonna buy a perfume gift set in particular, I really only want them if they come with a mini, because I always want to take my perfume with me out of the house. So I love the idea of this being designed just to take out of the house. This is something I would enjoy getting, and I could think of a few people who, if I gave this to, they would enjoy as well. And that's kind of the way I look at gifts now. Like, it almost always needs to be something that could go both ways. Something I would love and something I could at least think of one other person in my life that they would love and know what it is and appreciate it. Next is the slip pillowcase. This is a really good gift idea, I think, whether for yourself or for other people. silk pillowcases make a big difference, you guys. They make a huge difference in your hair and your skin. They're beautiful. And again, they're really gonna bring that touch of luxury. Now, these are $90 because look at my hair. Oh my gosh. It's like, I'm telling you guys to buy stuff for your hair, but this is what I'm bringing to the table. Like, why would you listen to me? But yeah, this is that touch of luxury and specialness that I like to, at this point in my life, bring to the table when I'm doing gift giving. Like, I have a good friend who would never buy a silk pillowcase for herself, but probably would be tickled pink if she got one for me. Now, I will say this, if you guys are really interested in silk pillowcases, I don't know if Slip has some sort of story behind how they justify theirs for $90, but I've gotten pretty good ones on Amazon, so I'm just saying. This is the Kilian Paris Travel Discovery Set. It's $215. And again, this is one of those things that I would really like. But I don't know if anybody else would, because again, if you don't know Kilian Paris and don't know how expensive their perfumes are and can't really appreciate the luxury of this item, it's hard to say whether another person would be as excited about it. That's another thing I have to think about a lot. Like, when I look at all these gift guides, I was looking at one from Vogue the other day, and the price points of some of the stuff and the items themselves that they were promoting, it's just like, you guys just must have a lot of magazine editor friends, because none of my friends in real life would know what any of this stuff is or why it would be $15 for a perfume sampler set. But I look at this and I'm stoked about it because I want to try Kilian's perfumes, and I love the idea of trying a bunch of them, figuring out which one I love, going back and getting a full size of the one that's really the winner for me. Plus, it comes with one of those beautiful perfume travel holder spray things. It's red. This is luxury. This is luxury to me. This is something I would love. Black Friday. The first one is from Kim and Ono, which is a robe company. You guys have seen me wear tons of robes on my channel. I have so many. I love robes. They're like one of my favorite things. And in terms of bringing luxury to friends and family, I think that's an awesome option if you like that kind of thing. These are silk. I think some of them are washable silk robes that are just stunningly beautiful. They are just one of those things that just makes you feel so special and like a princess when you wear them. So whether it's a gift for yourself or a gift for somebody else, I think if you're willing to drop a little bit more money than seems reasonable on a robe, this could be something that you will either yourself enjoy for years and years to come, or the person that you choose to bestow this upon. They will love this. It will probably write you every time they wear it and thank you for it. All right, guys, that is actually, it's not it. I have a few more things here, but this video is getting super, super long, and those are definitely the standouts for me that I saw. I kind of want to do like a roasting video where we look at the things like the Vogue gift ideas and how completely out of touch those things are for most people, especially now with the economy the way that it is. But I thought this would be more honey than vinegar, talk about the things I actually did think were really cool, things I would love, and kind of a general like mindset I have around gift giving at all. And another thing to keep in mind, you guys, handmade gifts are nice. Bake cookies for people, offer to do chores for them, but watch their baby. Like, there's so many more ways to gift people in your life than having to drop tons and tons of money on them. And when it comes to buying for yourself, like, I think that the holidays can be a great opportunity to invest in things that you've probably been wanting for a long time. Be discerning about it. You don't need to buy every single thing just because everything's on sale right now. Be particular. Like I said, this is my vote. The 70 Wellness Black Friday sale is kind of my vote. I'm always going to promote good, high quality, effective devices that you can use again and again and again for years. But just do your research, be discerning, and don't go broke this holiday season. There ain't no sense in that. So I gotta get out of here, and I'll be back soon, hopefully feeling a lot better. Like I said, I just have not been feeling well lately, but we'll talk soon. Bye.